Hello guys, it's me Marcel again. So my topic speech is about prejudices, what Germans think about Americans or America. And I wanted to build up my speech like this. I wanted to talk first about negative prejudices. Then I want to continue with the positive prejudices that Germans have towards Americans. And then I wanted to talk at least about neutral prejudices, about funny prejudices that are more joke-like. So I did some research on the internet, and I also asked people from Germany or Germans who have never been to the USA, and I wanted to know what they expect from America and what they think about Americans. And I think I get some really interesting facts for you. So I want to start with negative prejudices, and the first one is materialism, overconsumption, and extreme capitalism. So I think that's true because America is a strong economic power and a strong economic country. There are a lot of products, a lot of businesses. For example, the first time I've been to Walmart, I've seen so many products also for the same product, so many brands I've never seen, I have never known, and that's really overwhelming. So the second prejudice, a gun-loving, violent culture. This is, yeah, gun-loving because there are also a lot of Americans who love hunting. They just like hunting ducks or bears, for example. And I've met a lot of Americans who really like hunting, who go into the forest, into the woods, and like to shoot at animals, or they just shoot for fun as a sport at some objects. But of course, there is also a lot of crime, like in the known cities for that, New York or Los Angeles or Chicago. They are very known for crime, and that's also something that is really what Germans think it's something dangerous because guns are also there or capable of killing people. And that's a topic, that's a discussion that is really yeah, not that easy. So arrogance and boastfulness. So yeah, it's for example in sport, in football or in the Olympics, Americans always think when they are good in their country, they think they're the best in the world, and they really act like America is the biggest or the best country in the world, and it has a little bit that impression, but yeah, it's just a prejudice. What I want to explain at the end what that really means, a prejudice. So unwarranted military intervention. So Americans want to be the world's policeman, but I think Americans, they are always involved in military things that really concerns them, like for example Iraq or Afghanistan, and I don't think that they really intervened in occasions what they don't concern. And one of the biggest prejudices, fast food and obesity. Yeah, a lot of people are obese. The first time I've been to America, I've seen a lot of obese people. That's in comparison to Germany, a lot, or in comparison to Europe or to Asia. And yes, there are many restaurants, for example, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Checkers, Taco Bell, Five Guys, and I've seen also all restaurants in one street. That's crazy, because in Germany you always have to drive really far to find some of those fast food restaurants. But yes, that's a prejudice. I also know families who really cook healthy, who have really good healthy food, and yeah, that's just a prejudice. So the positive prejudices now, friendliness. So a lot of travelers think that Americans are really friendly or too friendly, but after some time they find out that it's just the way Americans are, just the way how they are. Americans are really friendly. I also experienced that I've been to America, and the Americans really invite you and they want to talk to you. They're really interested in your person, also your country or your culture, and that's something really positive, and that's really true. Hardworking. Americans are hardworking people, and I think that's also really true. They want to make the best uh, out of everything, and they really work a lot. I know that um, Americans have more holidays in a year than Germans. That's a fact. And Americans really take their job or their work serious, and that's really what I experienced. And team spirit is the next prejudice. Americans have that team spirit in sport, for example, and that's really something I experienced in soccer. I played in the NAIA. I played soccer in America in the college league, and it's fact. Americans can really push someone. They motivate each other, and the team spirit is really it's strong. And I really like that. I really like that. And now the neutral or funny prejudices. So high school, college prejudices. The quarterback is always only in a relationship with a cheerleader. That's really what Germans think. You can see it in movies, in films, and that's not always true. For example, in the college I've been, in Weber International, the quarterback had a girlfriend who wasn't even the student, and that's not true. So college parties are crazy in America. So that's the next prejudice. Yes, there's a lot of alcohol consumption. They play beer pong, flip cup, and you see it also in American Pie, Project X, and that those movies. And yeah, I think it's partial true, but not every party is like this. So all school buses are yellow. Um, that's really true. Germans know that because they also like the the series Simpsons, The Simpsons, and there are always yellow school buses. And I've also seen that and recognized that in America there are only yellow school buses. That's really true. So the next prejudice: police. First, the policeman points the gun at you, and then he speaks. Yeah, that's a violent view, and that's also from movies that there are a lot of chases, and the policeman comes out of his car and points the gun at you, and really wants to force you to be calm and don't take your own gun in your hand. But that's not true, because there are some really harm situations where the policeman just stops you and he comes to your window and just wants to talk to you and to know, yeah, some facts, and that's really not that violent. So yeah, in movies, it's also a fact that Germans watch the movies, the American movies, and there's nearly every second car explodes. There are a lot of explosions in American movies, and that's why Germans think that policemen can really do really violent things. So next one is housing. The people enter their house only through their garage, and that's fact. A lot of Americans drive with their car into the garage. They get out of the car and then they enter the house through the garage. They have a door always in the garage, and they can enter into the house. That's untypical for Germans. In Germany, you always just have a front door. So you also have a garage. You park your car there, but then you go to the front door and you enter your house through the front door. And I've also been to a lot of families there in America, and they mostly use the door in the garage, but they also use the front door, but that's not that usual. So every house looks the same and has a garage, a garden, and a pool. Okay, that's the suburban style. Of course, there is the houses have to be similar, and there are laws, and um, it has to be everything has to be or look equal. But not every house in America looks the same, doesn't have the same garden, and not every house has a pool. So that's a prejudice. Um, Geographical knowledge. Americans do not know where Germany is, and they have no knowledge of Germany. Okay, that's partial true. I've met some people who really asked me, "Where are you from?" And I said, "Yes, I'm from Germany." And then they asked me, "Did you drive by car?" And that's really funny. But not everyone. Of course, there are people who know about geographics, and they know that Germany is overseas and you can't drive by car. But yes, there was also someone who asked me, "Is Hitler still your president?" That really shocked me. That's something really crazy. You should know that Hitler died in the World War II, and yes, that's just a prejudice. So prejudices occur, yeah, many times when you just hear something, you read something, and it's always something exaggerating. You can't take it in general. So generalization is not really helpful for prejudices. It's yeah, to prevent prejudices, you should drive there to America. For Germans, you should drive there, watch the culture, experience everything, and then you know really what is true. And yeah, of course, there are really funny prejudices, and I think a lot of Germans also know that it's just fun, and you can't generalize that. So thank you very much, and thank you for your attention, and I hope you all will have more fun in this class. Thank you very much. Goodbye.